noodles and noodles, nigga.
Rhymes over soup.
You know what it is, nigga. Rhymes over soup, nigga.
Hey, Nines, we go crazy on this one.
What's up? It's Jay Holland. You're now tuned into Rhymes Over Ramen. Today I got special co-host Wallace.
What's up?
And a very special guest, one of the hottest artists out of Jersey, Kash Stackson.
What's up? Jersey City, 201.
So today we got ramen. Of course, I got the chicken ramen because I can't have spicy stuff.
I got the spicy beef ramen.
And Kash Stackson also has a spicy beef ramen. I know we was already talking about like music and stuff before, but like how did you like initially first get into music? Like what motivated you to see like, you know, I want to be an artist or, you know, stuff like that?
I've been doing it my whole life. Like, you can't call yourself an artist if you wasn't doing it when you was 3, 4. You wasn't running around acting like Michael Jackson. So it's like, I remember when we had tape decks and you put the little tissue in the thing and re-recorded it.
From the radio, yeah.
So it's that deep. Been writing and stuff since I was like 8. Remixing Kurt Franklin and stuff like that, all types of stuff. Like, I've been doing it. But I didn't get into like the studios and stuff like that until my early 20s pushing artists. That's when I first started like getting in the studios and things.
Did you have any influences coming up?
Coming up, yes, I would say Michael Jackson, James Brown, Temptations, Rough Riders, Styles P. Like, see, then there's all different genres. Tina Turner, like, the reason why you can't, that's why I'm me, because everything. Like, there's a song by The Gambler that I like. There's Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks that I like. There's music, if it's good music, it's good music.
You vibe with it anyway?
Yeah. Well, my biggest influence, I would say, would be like my mother, my father, the people around me, my Uncle Mo, my Uncle Kenny, my grandmother. Those were my biggest influences. Because art imitates life for real artists. See, first of all, I'm not a rapper. So a lot of people see the chains and shit like that and get it confused. Like, I'm me. This is me after the lights is off. So my music is really what I went through and what I go through. So like, if I'm working cleaning toilets, you're gonna hear the music about that. When I really don't even like to talk about the street stuff. Like, it's like, I tell the stories and put it together, but not like on that, like, I'm not trying to promote or push the images and the pains that's, we already know that's there.
Yeah, like the stereotypes and stuff.
We already know that's there. So I think what makes a great artist is when he tell a whole story. To me, of course, I would never ever be able to get there or surpass, but like, I would like to do the works of a Tupac. Like, I say I'm something like a 2020 Tupac, because just the way my energy is, not saying I've obtained or masked what he's done for society as a whole or anything, but energy-wise.
Just Tupac, he was a huge personality outside of even just doing music. Like, he would always just pop up at random places, just be at like the most hole-in-the-wall spot. I'm like, oh, it's Tupac. Like, what is Tupac even doing here?
Yeah, that's it.
Like, one thing about you is like, you just are just like a burst of energy. Like, you jumped on the tables and started performing. People looking like, oh, he's crazy. And it's like, nah, it's an energetic performance. Like, you have to just zone out and become like the person that you were when you recorded that song. Like, you take them to that exact moment. So that's something I definitely like admire and appreciate about you. Like I try to like show my own energetic way when I perform. Of course, I can't see myself jumping on tables, but I've done like stuff that I like as like myself outside of being an artist like that I wouldn't have actually done. Like Caf Soleil whatever, and everybody's like one thing about Caf Soleil is they had two entrances. They had the main entrance and the back door, and sometimes people just go out the back door, not even watch performances, and they would smoke and they would drink. So like it would be times I'm on stage, I'm like, all right, hold up DJ, hold this real quick. And I'll open the door and I yell like, yo, everybody get in here right now, whatever like that. And when I see that it works and they all come in and like, okay, like this is working. Like, all right,
With me, I'm gonna just bring it to the outside.
Right.
If all the crowd outside, I'm just bringing the mic. Fuck the inside.
See, I'm not an artist, but I'm a teacher. So I get what you guys are saying with the engagement. You got to get the crowd engaged so that way they take something with them that you're giving them up in that performance, up on that stage. So it's the same thing when I'm teaching. You got to make the moment memorable so that way they take that with them and they say, yeah, I remember when I saw that, and it stays with them. And that's what ultimately is the goal. Like make sure it stays with them so that way when they think of something that reminds them of what you gave them, it little clicks.
That's exactly what I'm trying, because if you're trying, you're not doing. That's exactly what I do. I don't care if it's one person and it's empty. I give everybody all when I perform. You know what I mean? That's why I say like, I say like Pac, because I'm like, nigga, I don't care if that shit was perfect. Nigga, I'm giving you my all. I'm sweating, I'm running out of gas, I'm jumping. I got all white pants, but I'm on the ground. I don't give a fuck. I'm with y'all, the energy there, and it don't matter. And I don't do drugs. Like, besides like I used to smoke, sometimes smoke, but like,
it's just you. It's not even
energy.
influence.
I don't drink.
Yeah.
Like everybody always like, yo, what the fuck does he do? Like if you wanted, remember when you was a kid and you wanted that? So you getting the opportunity, so how do you clam up? You must not really want it.
Cause actually when I first met you, it was at like Dingbats. And at that show, like we've been doing like me and Mahad and Evs and Mills, we was doing shows before then, but like that show, we trained for like months, just like make sure we had the lines memorized. It was like our first 20-minute set, so like we was gonna be up there for a minute, and it was my set, but of course they was on like some of the songs, so like it was kind of like our all like a group project in a sense. So when y'all came out there and we did Shine for the first time, me and Jay Shula, and y'all energy, like you wasn't even on the song, but like you was just so much a part of that performance where like you was just on the stage throwing money, ripping money. Like I remember like my aunts, my uncles was there, yeah, they all was there. And they normally all don't just come out to shows. Like the fact that they all was there, like it was a huge deal from. We was opening up for what's his name, Contraband or something like that. He had just did a song with somebody from D12, Bazaar. He did a song with Bazaar, so it was like a big thing. So like when you was there, just throwing money off the stage and Shula singing, and it's just like this is the moment like I dreamed of. Like I don't even care about getting signed. It's just like this moment is the stuff that I always wanted to do as a kid. So it's like that feeling is just like, I remember I just closed my eyes on stage and I just zoned out and I opened my eyes and it's like, yo, this is awesome. Like, I don't even say awesome, like it was just a crazy feeling. Like, we had white people coming up to us afterwards like, oh, can I buy a CD? And normally we had CDs with us and we ain't had nothing with us. And it's like, yo, we want to buy a CD, this, that. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, we could definitely like sell this like nothing. Like,
and I was, you know what, and that's why I do it. You know what I mean? I'm one of those that like, I could sell anything. I choose not to sell everything.
It got to a point where we literally had no mixtapes on us, but you know how like artists just pass out mixtapes, so somebody gave us a mixtape, whatever, and we sold it. Like it was ours. Like we just sold it. We sold like 2 or 3 of them.
That's what I like. When you at the bottom, when it's just fun and the music is coming in, and your right hand is not worrying about why do people like you more, like, you know what I mean? All of that, like, oh, I can't do a video till I get more chains, like stupid stuff that I never ever imagined this would it be like. It's just crazy. It just, to me, it goes back to home upbringing. Like, your parents didn't teach you just common sense. Like, you don't ever treat people other or better than, and even you might not want to be treated that way. You gotta treat them how they want to be treated.
Karma comes back around though, so I believe in that. So if you treat somebody some way, a little way down the way, it might not be immediate, but a year or two down the road, something's gonna happen to you. You can think back, say, yeah, it must be because I did that to that person before, But that should be a teachable moment to you to better yourself and say, you know what, I'm gonna just treat people better because I don't want that same energy to come back.
It's the feng shui.
Mm-hmm.
You want the energy to be right, but they don't. You know what? They don't understand it because, let's be honest, man. Like, until you get certain opportunities to get out of your surroundings, you don't think, like, I have a bully pit bull and she had puppies, and just watching how the animals nurture their own and just like clean up, and it goes back that we would just go back to nature and nurturing more, we would be great.
But
even when it goes to music, nobody want to take time to nurture an artist or nurture a song.
It's already instant gratification. I need this from you, this from you, this from you. You make money. But that's the problem. Like, you take the time to nurture them and you build something with them and they become something that you saw from the beginning. That's the payoff. That's the payoff for me.
That's the payoff. See, you know what it is? Because with me, I can't. You could ask him, and this is my word. My word means everything to me. My children and my last name means everything to me, to the point where I'd give up one of my children if I ever broke the codes that I signed up for, that I signed up to say that this is the man that I am. These are the characters that I want in my children. I ask my children, my community, my peers to hold me accountable because this is what I said I wanted to do.
Now you set yourself up, like that's your name. So your name's attached to something, you want it to be great. You don't want anything, mud and dirt. You don't want somebody to associate your name with something that's like not what you envision it to be. So you gotta be careful how you carry yourself when you're out in the community and just in general.
And I watch who I attach myself with because I've had in life, when whatever you believe in up there gives you a message, like sometimes to get where you gotta go, you may have to let go of people that was there since day one, but they never really was there to be day one. Right. So it could have the same bloodline, but that don't make you family. And with this company, Live Long Management, what I'm doing is, it's not a lifestyle, it's not a brand, it's a family. You know what I mean?
It just makes me more comfortable.
It's just, I hate when people, like, even though my companies, when I do business, yo, boss man, that's the most disrespectful thing you could ever call me. I don't like that. I'm not a slave master. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I think I am everything, but then again, I'm nothing. So, you know what I mean? Don't treat me like that, because I don't see people like that. Like, somebody that does my cleaning, they just calling him the butler. Like, this is a guy that he does everything for me. He helps out my cleaning company. He comes straighten up my house. He just, my go-to guy in the clutch. Yeah. He like his Budweiser, whatever he like his afflictions, but his heart is pure as gold. So that's the type of guy I am. I don't get into doing the stuff that they gotta do. I just want real people, and we could deal with your flaws, but let's get the job done the right way. Like, when somebody called him a butler, I'm like, don't you ever call him that. He might joke like, oh, Jeffrey was paid, but don't you ever call nobody that. I'm not a boss, I'm with you. At Live Long Management is a family. So if anything, I could be your uncle, your grandfather, or something like that, a father, but I could never be your boss because your boss doesn't want you to surpass him. If I'm your father, your grandfather, my goal is everything I'm putting into you is to make you sharper and better than me.
Exactly.
Eventually
get higher and higher, and then pass it on to do the same thing that I'm doing. So you're taking the same traits and characteristics that I'm trying to instill in you, and then just do that on your own too. So that makes sense. It's like, you know, like birds. When you try to teach a bird how to fly, you gotta go through a whole bunch of different stages that they do that. And then, you know, if you fall out, I'll pick you up, put you back in the nest, and then when you're ready to take off, you go.
And it's like, I think about like, it's like stocks. Like, you know, they're not thinking like, yo, you gotta be paying attention, but honestly the market is hit and miss. And you could just, nobody knew CLSK was gonna blow off like that. But I knew it was gonna blow off like that. And you know, sometimes just paying attention and going with a lot of times going with your gut. Going with the gut. You looking at the numbers, you looking at this, you looking at what they say, you gotta go with your gut.
It's like the same thing with music. I know we already said this before, but like sometimes when I put out songs, it's like, oh, well, how's the song doing based off numbers? And I'm like, yo, I'm just having fun. Like I'm not thinking about the numbers. And when the numbers hit, and it's how numbers, like of course I'm happy, I'm excited for it, but it's not like I'm going solely off, let me put this album out because I want to have X amount of numbers, or like I want my views to have this amount. Like it's stupid. Like it's gonna be hit or miss, and it's also gut. Like if my gut's telling me to put this song out as a single, that's what I'm gonna do. Like
I went through a argument, let's say like a misunderstanding with somebody that I overpaid and never got the videos. But like he started coming back at me like, look at your views, you don't got views. I was like, I started being there. I'm like, I'm rich in real life. You give a fuck about those views. Like you telling me about some views that letting me know that like, as a grown man, we know that views really ain't what we view ain't what we view. Mm-hmm. So why would the fuck I care about views when I get to touch you and been around you for a little bit in real life to see the type of person you are? Like why would I care about views? But it's back to what you said. Like I'm not paying for the views. I'm not gonna pay for no views. And anything I do with clothing, anything like, I'm not paying no artists to wear my stuff. Like, when you come from the streets and everything, you got a background that's called like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, I'm certified. Like, I did what I was supposed to do without breaking no codes.
yeah.
You know, I didn't, God allowed me that I didn't have to go to prison, but like, it's people in prison that I take care of. It's people that I did nothing with, and just because I know they in there, like, yo bro, look out, cause at any given time, that could be any given one of us, or somebody I love.
Exactly. Even with this show, when it comes to like picking guests, like I tried to find artists that I interacted with, like that I know was genuine, and not like I'm not bringing nobody on because they like they have extra amount of views, or because they have this big ego, or whoever they're supposed to be online. Nothing like that. It's like I interacted with you plenty of times to the point where I know who you are essentially, and I can say like this person is a stand-up dude. He has a pure heart, good intentions. Why not have more of that on the show? Like I don't think that's really showcased in hip hop or in this industry that often, to be honest. So
you know what it is? It is, but normally we have to be so aggressive you don't get to see it. There's a lot of stand-up dudes in hip hop, but normally we gotta kick somebody's ass because they being bitch ass niggas, and like it's just like looking like, why is he arrogant or asshole? And it's like, yo, you know how many people like with it when I'm doing deals and getting jewelry, or I'm like, yo, you know I get wholesale jewelry from the same manufacturer as you. Like, why are you acting like I don't know exactly what I'm telling you? I'm just spending my money because right now I'm just, you know, trying to support. Like, why is everybody acting like you're the world? You're stupid. You're supposed to be stupid. Like, I don't get that. It's just crazy.
So at this point in the show, we usually ask like, what kind of ingredients do you put in your ramen? So if you made like hood ramen, for example, I know everyone makes the ramen a certain type of way. What would you put inside your ramen? What would you put inside your ramen?
when you from the hood, you know what you put in. You put a little bit of hot sauce, salt, pepper, and some butter. You just keep it. You know, I love being from the hood because when you had less, you knew what to do with it. You knew you gonna have, look, we getting them cases of noodles, we gonna get them packs of hot dogs, and we gonna get them loaves of bread. And y'all get y'all one of the big iced teas and make it work.
Arizona.
No, the mix.
Oh, the iced tea.
Mix.
The yellow,
Yes, with the yellow top. Yes,
yes.
yes. Yes.
And you always put a little bit too much in there, and then you always mix it up, and there's always some at the bottom, but
It is like syrup. That's syrup.
Yeah, exactly, that's syrup, but you drink it up anyway because it's good.
It's oodles and noodles, nigga.
Rhymes over soup.
You know what it is, nigga. Rhymes over soup, nigga. Just, yo, come to Live Long Management, man. It's almost like death row. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
It's almost like death row.
Oh, I was with you on the Tupac thing the whole time. He said it's like
You know why I said it's almost like death row? Because I'm doing all the good that Suge did, and I know the negativity that we can't do. That's why it's almost like death row. Like, you gotta big up Suge Knight and people like them, because if they never did everything and had the trials and errors, then we couldn't look and say, well, damn, I might not want to do that. You know, like when I'm doing things with my artists, is like, I made a diss record, because somebody did something, I smashed it, I made a diss record, and I called him and told him, like, yo, got in touch with his father, yo, I got a diss track coming out, you know, I want you to hear it before, you know, I'm smashing. But after I did it, I thought back and I'm like, even though I don't need that, even though he deserved it,
it ain't worth it.
it ain't worth it. You gotta start looking at your worth. Is it worth you being on that corner? Is it worth you being around them people? It's not, you know, I'm at a point in my life where my moves have to be calculated. Like, I can't no longer tell people exactly where I'm gonna be in a certain place. You know what I mean? I can't let people know everywhere I'm at. I have to be here, there. I have to move a certain way, because it would be stupid for me to not move differently now that I'm getting these blessings. Like, everybody don't share the same heart and love for people that, see, they have sympathy, I have empathy. I can't be on the block watching y'all sell dope and I'm not getting frustrated and mad knowing what it done did to our people as a whole. Like, but you supposed to be my brother. I'm supposed to be cool with you, you my mans. But I ain't telling you, like, yo, you know that shit crippled us as a whole, right? But this, you want me to sit and fake.
And condone it.
Like, condone, like, and
That's okay.
I'd rather just not be around you, bro, because I know too many. What about people that overdosed? What about I got a friend named Eve LaTorch in Pennsylvania that I knew this girl when she was a little girl. She overdosed on heroin. And she knew me before I was Cash, Stackson. I was just E-Money Bags rapping. So what about Eve LaTorch? So how can I say I'm from the people, I love my people, I want to get money, but then I go out there and I do this, or I condone this. Not saying what other people could do, but I'm saying me.
Yeah.
I can't get my money like that. It come from a certain way when you're a real hood nigga. It's called all money ain't good money. I don't want all the money, because all money ain't good money. I want to do good, legit things that is gonna later down, years down. I'm thinking 2030, 2040. I'm not thinking tomorrow, today.
And you're thinking about your legacy too, because when you pass, only thing that carries over besides like the money to your family is your legacy. Like, who was you as a person? What did you do for your community? What did you do for your friends and your family? Because that's what's going to be remembered about you at the end of the day. Like, at your ceremony, and when people think of you after the fact. So like, I think it's important to just, like you said, just think about the bigger picture. Just think about how your actions can affect everybody, and how you can be like a blessing to people, essentially, rather than just doing something for money, for like your own gain in the moment when it's not really gonna mean
Hey,
anything
nah, you go
tomorrow.
crazy on this one.
Well, the long run. So it's just like everybody thinks about the dollar signs. Like, what can I get? How much money can I get for this? How much money can I get for that? No, how many people can I get to remember me when I'm gone? So that's something that should be.
It's like, remember this. Yo, when you have money and you go through it and you learn the money always gonna come and go. Once you a money magnet, you gonna learn how to gravitate money, but I can never give my brother Frankie back. When I become a billionaire, my father won't be there. You know what I mean? So all of that chains and jewelry and shit, like, that shit cool, but niggas took hella losses to get what we got. Like, we did everything we was supposed to do to get everything we got. So like, we just care more about those moments. At Live On Management, we want to create those moments. Like when you watch a movie and it brings you to tears, that's what my music, my clothing, my words, my life has to inspire. If you can't touch me and see me for one time and be like, yo, I remember that guy, then I didn't do my job.
No, that's right. So this segment is called Hot 16. So Stackson is gonna eat some of the spicy ramen noodles, spit a Hot 16 over a dope Leroy Green beat. So let's get into it.
All right, let's get the beat. So smooth, I gotta go crazy, like, I'm gonna go educated, cause they don't know I've been to college. It's like, flow Jewish, not stupid, mind Brutus, smart shooter, political conduit, crack collapse rap with structure of non-nuisance, assassinate black, guppy control music, detect threats, of course they gon' fuse it, better ball hard in them courts, we stay losing, ain't the color of my flesh, it's the pain that keep bruising, back against the wall, I was spike born to do it. No, they only love me for my assets. Hieroglyphic, my mental build is Aztec. No worse, each verse is Aztec. Life like a dice, you get killed for that ass bet. Doing numbers, no wonder why they hurting me. Tell a lie vision, they television is perjury. Pay attention, that beat never alerted me. EMT, who? Never to my emergency. Consumption, break it down and digest. Eat a deal, my next meal is a project. Back pay, praying to God, trying to find sex, trying to beat Gandhi, but currency, the object. Addiction, the hunger keep eating at me. Freemason, B-bows, I keep it happy. Till we at burn all cops, I'm not happy. And I'm close to the king, the Abernathy. I can still go though. Alright, it's like, just because I'm cashing, I get money. Everyone I knew is acting funny. You only call when you be wanting. Let's keep it real, you never loved me. Why bro, fuck my baby mother. A hoe gon' be a hoe, you supposed to be my brother. Switched on me over pussy, hope you really loved her. I hope you really lost that. That's the game, that's the game. These niggas change when they seen the change.
So before we go, we got a segment called Dish or That. So it's basically, the whole theme of the show is ramen. So you have to pick between chicken flavor and beef. Which one you want to go with?
Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? You know what I mean? You know a nigga like me all about the beef, but beef don't get us nowhere. I'm trying to get that chicken.
So we gonna give you this pack of chicken ramen for free. It's not much, but it go a long way, yo. This is all you need.
But hold on, it's something. See, that's what they forget. You said it's not much, but it's something.
It's a prime example. And speaking of prime,
So we got a clothing brand called Primates. Primates Official. So we're gonna give you one of these shirts too.
And that's my favorite color.
And
And that's my. I didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him none of that. That is my favorite color.
It's a new set.
Green is my favorite color.
It's a new set.
So everybody on Facebook Live, yo, say your shit so they can copy your shit.
Primates Official, Prime Mates Official at IG. Check it out. We're gonna be dropping very soon. All right, here we go with the final slurp.
I got the whole thing.
Live on management. Everybody eats. That's a blessing, man. That's what I like, yo. I just want to first of all, let me thank you guys for the opportunity. Yo, Jay, my brother, you know, I love you, man. I like everything you doing, but it ain't even about that. You know how the person you've been. So, you know, I just want to say thank you and show my gratitude for you
no problem.
always being a stand-up man. Like what they forget is what make you a real street dude, certified, a solid man. A solid man just is himself. That's a solid man. You don't have to be in the streets to be a street dude. Just by you being a man of your word, having character, that's a solid dude right there. You always been solid, bro. And I can't say that for everyone, and you know I don't give that to everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody do not get that. That's Jay Holland himself, the man, the person. Yes, that guy, not negating from anything else, anyone else, but this guy, since a show we met over 8 years ago when I was pushing the artist, and you know, people came and went, but you know, the respect, the admiration, the humility, and I'm the leveling, what they would say leveling up, but the blessings that's coming to you and the blessings that you're giving back to me and everybody, I appreciate all the people in this room. It was real, you know what I mean? It wasn't we didn't script it, like we gotta say this. I didn't know he was gonna be here. I just met him, known him, but the respect and the energy was there. So, you know, I would like to support you guys any way I can. Any of my viewers, make sure y'all go add them.
Yeah, just make sure y'all go follow Camp Nos, at Camp Nos, CampNos. Just follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everything.
Yo, man, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, normally I don't be letting y'all see me like that. So, you know, I just gave y'all a whole bunch. See, the likes be down, but the views be up. That's why I only do videos, so I know who watching.
All I see is colors outside.